Hi everyone, this is unexpected, isn't it? Well, if you don't know, I'm Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small little business in Mansfield called The Flower Patch. We've just gone through the topiary board and I did say to you that I'd got this little suitcase, and I couldn't resist but thought, well, I've got to show you. I was going to just do it by myself, but then I thought, no, you know, because I've finished all my work today. I'm ahead of my work, so I thought, oh, I'll just do it by myself. But then I thought, no, I've got to show you. I've come up with just where there's just one colour, where we're just going to use one colour, not whites in it, you know, or anything to go with it. It's just going to be one colour, and I even considered putting, you know, a little hook in it like that, so the flowers can then sit in it. I'm not sure yet, because I may want that slightly higher up, and if so, then I should just attach one of these to the flowers that are going in it. So that's why I've left that out for the moment. But the colours that I've got, they're all going to be orange. And when I mean orange, there's some, obviously I've got to have this orange because it's got a bit of yellow in it, and the calla lilies. I've only got 2 stems because it's really small container. It is actually, the measurement, the width of it is 5.5 inches and the height of it is 3.5 inches, so it's not very big at all. And the depth, I think the actual depth of it is 2 inches. So it's the colours that I just walked, you know, as I was just going to go and get another coffee. Oh, I've left it in the house. It was just the deep orange of the sunflower that caught my eye, and I thought, oh, I've forgotten that I've got these. So, and then all of a sudden I looked at another, you know, something else orange, and then something else orange, and I thought, oh, I've got to just put orange in there. Something, a little design just came up in my mind, and as I say, I was going to do it by myself, but I thought, no, I'm going to share it with you lovely people. So it this may only obviously be a short video, so I'm just gonna, I'll put Oasis in, and I've used what I shown you yesterday, that ribbon, the aspidistra ribbon, which covers it, like if you know, moss. If you can't afford to, you know, the moss, because it may be expensive, grab a roll of this. You can get it in 10-metre rolls, which is approximately 30 foot, and you can just do what I've done, just glued around the edge of the Oasis, and then just place that on top, and now that's glued in. So if you haven't seen what this is like, I'll quickly bring this up, and it's just like the aspidistra leaves, what you get for your plants and everything. It's the same, you know, texture and things like that, but with the aspidistra, you know, even in fresh flowers, you can make patterns out of the leaves by tearing them, making them, you know, small little tears like that, and then you could make a bow where a flower comes through the tears that you've just put in, anything like that with them. And so if you can do that with your fingers, this is brilliant, because it goes on your Oasis and your artificial stems just go through it. They don't tear it, they just go through it like an owl. And it is fabulous stuff. I swear by this. So, you know, that's just another, you know, another tip for you, because Oasis can be really expensive. And sometimes you don't hardly get any in it, you know. So, you know, get a few of those. They will last quite a while. But yeah, let's go through the colour. It's the colour, it's just hit me for some reason. So like I say, we've got the beautiful deep orange sunflower, and this is the only green, well, apart from what's on the stems, of the foliage that I'm going to have is this small fern, and it's quite dark. So with, you know, because I'm trying to keep it with like a rustic colour. So I thought I'd just add that in, nothing else than that. And then I've got these, I've just cut them off, but they come as on a stem. These wiry leaves where they're very much an autumnal look with the little seeds on them as well. And these are wired right up to the top, so that's brilliant. So, and I decided just to get a bit of like daisies out, wild daisies, and these are deep, like a deep orange in the centre with a lighter orange around the edges. And I thought, well, that looks quite rustic. So, you know, let's have a bit of daisy in it, you know, and a bit of movement, because they do, you know, move nice. And even when the wind's on them, they move like they would in, you know, if they was fresh in your garden. And then I thought I'm going to get one stem of this orange gypsophilia that I've got, which is absolutely, and I say this, beautiful. I've had orange before, but not this orange. And I'm definitely getting some more of that. It's so stunning. And then again, I thought, let's move on to the hydrangea. I cut a bit off of the full flower, and I've put it on a pick, so it's just, you know, smaller, because like I say, we've got to take into consideration it's only a small box. And then obviously I can't go without my fern. So, and this fern's got a rustic look as well on it, and going to a lighter orange. And this is wired, I'd say, right just to there, and the rest of it isn't. But this is beautiful. I got this from the company Leaf as well. It is Maidenhead fern, and I got the green and the lighter green in it, and it is fabulous colour. I mean, cameras don't do things justice, but when you've got this right in front of you, you know, let me bring it forward because it is beautiful. I hope you can see that. It is, you know, just stunning. The deeper red there as it leads to the orange, lighter orange at the top. And it doesn't just like change colour like deep orange, then the change it to the light. You can see it fading in some of the leaves where it's got bits of light orange added. And it's like it's fading naturally. It's just so realistic. I just love the shade of it. Right, we may not even get all these in, but I think everybody knows me. I'll give it a go. And then I've got a large calla lily this time. This is quite a vibrant orange with yellow deep in the centre. That I've only got one of those because I may not add that with it being so vibrant. And then I've got this autumnal pick, and I thought, you know, I'm going to move these around. I'm going to keep it all as it is. I'm not going to chop anything off, move it around, and I'm going to place it around here at the front. And that's what I wanted to do with that. And then I've got some little wild orange daisies. So I'm going to use just those as well. And then I've got the papery grass. What I'm going to do with that is cut it here, and then add bits of these top ones to the deeper ones at the bottom, and mix them up, and then put a small pick on. So let's get started. So first of all, like I say, I want to put this in. So I'm just going to manoeuvre it around to a, you know, something that looks quite natural. No, you don't want it looking too, you know, unnatural. You want it to have a bit of movement like you'd see in nature. that one, like that. So I'm going to keep it like that, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the stem though, but I'm going to place it, let me just move that up, I'm going to place it just there as it's coming off, and then perhaps even bend that one and come back in with this, you know, just to make that shorter, and do something along them lines just there. But I'm going to cut it quite short because I've got to go in at an angle. And I'm just going to lift up my leaves. Oh, I'm dead excited about this. Now this is where we're going to go into the aspidistra ribbon. And like I say, I'm going to go in at an angle. And it just slides in just like it would normal moss. It doesn't tear anything else. And we're just going to sit that. You know, just move it into a position you'd like to see it in. I think that may look just better there. And have it, you know, just like that. Because I don't want to keep it, it's not a compact arrangement. And I wanted to put some of this behind it because it's, you know, with the dark, with the lighter leaves, I wanted to put something dark behind it, to, you know, to bounce off of it. But I don't want it too high. You can manoeuvre, you know, turn the leaves around if they're facing the wrong way. Yeah, I just want it like that. Let me just turn that leaves the wrong way round. Yeah, because I don't want it too much because I'm trying to keep her within just mainly orange. So I do want to hide, you know, the green, you know, but I do want just a tiny, tiny bit popping up. Where's that? Let's cut this grass because so that I can get this one sorted. So what I'm gonna do is fold it in half like that. Oh, not with scissors, it's got wire in it. Like that. And then because I've got the lighter ones here and the darker ones here, what I'm going to do is mix them. So you get a bit of each, and these are on paperback. So then you'll get a bit of each, you know, mixture with it. You can put as many as you'd like together. You know, you don't have to just put a small amount. You can fill it right up if you wish. So I've got those like that, and you can manipulate those as well if you want to bend those in certain positions. So I'm going to tape those up. And like I say, they are on paperback, so they really do need taping up. Especially, you know, because you need to hold them together as well, because you've mixed them all up. And I don't want these long. Again, like I say, I'm trying to keep the arrangement slightly, you know, smaller than I probably usually would. So let's put this one. I want to go here as well. Just like this. So I want it there. I'll keep those there for now because I may want to put these on this side, you know, lower down. So let's get us our sunflower, because what I'm going to do with the sunflower, let me just cut it there. I've left one leaf on. And what I'm going to position, and I'm going to put that, let me just bend its head a bit more, because I want to put that right there. Let me bring it towards you, and I want to sit that just there so it's above the corner. So let's dip that in glue. I just sat there and I just kept thinking, oh, we could do this, we could do this. So I kept thinking, well, I'm going to have to show you the colour that I've just popped in my head. You see, I like sharing things. I was so excited over this colour, it was unbelievable. See, even with the glue, if you see glue on top of the aspidistra ribbon, you can just, that just wipes off very easily. I mean, with the moss, you'd get bits of moss on you, or the oasis as well. You don't get anything apart from the glue coming back off into your fingers, which is a benefit. But don't, let me bring that towards you and show you. I think that looks really pretty. Can you all see? I'm going to, obviously, I can see a space there. That's going to be filled at the back, so, but that's what it looks like now. Oh, I love it. My husband's favourite colours are reds, oranges and yellows. He'll like this. So, I've got that. Oh, whoops, it's tangled up. Got this, the small calla lily. And what I'm going to do with this, because obviously everybody knows me again by now, I like the wispy, and it's going to be coming behind the sunflower. Because if you have a look behind, we've still got all of this, because you look at that from the front, it's deceiving, because you think, oh gosh, I bet that's used a lot of space. But all it is used, if you can see, it's hardly anything. Absolutely hardly anything. And that's why what I love, because then I think, oh, I could put much more in. And I go away with, and I'm in another world, because I'm thinking as I'm going along how many different things I can get in that space. My mind's always, you know, thinking about it. I go to bed thinking about flowers and wake up thinking about flowers. I didn't tell my husband. He probably knows. So with this, now we're going to bring it slightly out here so we can start to see, because I don't want to go further than there, which is probably around an inch and a half over, and that's it. And I want to use the gypsophilia as well, and I may just cut the odd stem of this off of here, because I don't want to just, you know, put that there. You know, it's too much. You know, it's a tiny, small container, so you just have to take, you know, cut the little bits off. And plus, you know, you get more out of it. You know, that's an advantage. Now, let me put this one here first, because I want to, I think this stem's not very hard. So if I just give it a helping hand. There we go. And I want that just to slightly hang. Let me remove that glue. And then with this, I want this to be sitting here. So that's coming forward, and then because that's got spiky leaves, I want to thread my gypsophilia around so it sits there. So that's what I want to do. So if I just cut this here, oh, there's so many different things you can do on angles, and it gets me so excited. putting that in. Just turn it around. There. Go around again. There we go. And this hydrangea, I'm going to put that at the bottom because it's, you know, fluffy. It's gonna, you know, cover this front bit. So you know, it means, you know, less stock, you know, products that you'll be using, but you'll get just as much, you know, as a wonderful display out of it, even by not you know, putting everything in. And I'm only gonna, I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this shorter. Let me just push that up, because I'm going to keep the leaves on it because the leaves are very nice. They're a very nice shade, and they look very rustic. So if I just dip that in. And you know, if you fluff it up at the front as well, and again, don't that look lovely? Don't it? It's just a beautiful colour. I hope you can see. I think it's really, really nice, and I think it's, you know, it's coming on really well. What I'm going to do again, I'm going to make sure there's something at the back there, you know, to hide that little space, and that's just by placing something there. Oops. So I could, with this one leaf being here, I'm going to use that. Again, don't throw anything away because there was just one leaf left. This is going to be using like a filler, and it will hide that space. So if I just turn it around, everybody, so I can see that I'm getting the space that I need to hide. There we go. Don't that look much better? You see, because some, you know, when you stand away from something, if you spot a little gap through it, you tend to focus on that, you know. So and you would if you're in your garden, or if you go and visiting friends and you're in their garden, and you're just looking at the beautiful garden, you know, with all the nice flowers, and then you spot a gap, and then you seem to focus on it. Well, you know, and I do, I've done that many times. So that's why I don't like to see gaps through the back, because people do that in real life, you know, so they're going to see it on an arrangement as well. So, you know, I always make sure I cover the gaps. See, we could even just close that there, because that looks quite nice there. And then just use what we've got, bits of what we've got left, and just fill in here. So I may actually do that. I'm just going to think about may glue it onto the big leaf of the sunflower instead of using any mechanics. I might do that actually, but I'm going to have to use this. Not get too much on because I don't want it to look messy. And just wipe the back of the leaf. As you can see, there's a glue string what's come on, but let me quickly put this on and I'll remove the glue string. And then just hold it for a few seconds. If I've got anything up here, I may have to do the same, you know, here, if I'm putting something around here on this end, you know, to give it that, you know, extra support. There we have it. Well, there we have it. Sorry, I get dead excited. You watch it flop now. Whoa dear. But don't that look lovely? I just love that rustic colour. That's why I had to show you. So again, we've got the big calla lily, but no, the big calla lily is really, really vibrant. I'm not going to put that in. I'm trying to stick to a sort of a rustic look. And then I've got, I didn't move now behind it. Showing the deep red first. I mean, I could position that, obviously. That would move further down. Or have them. They may look nice coming down there. Gosh, how many times you have to decide? Oh, would they be too long? I think they might be too long. That's, oh, look, what about that there? Bear in mind, this is just an idea what popped in my head. Not long after we've done the video on the topiary ball. So I get dead excited. I'm going to put them there. I really am. So I really need to hold that leaf there. Wait and cut. I'm going to put these on individually. Then I can get them placed much better. Obviously it's bent because it's wired, but you can manipulate that back to however, again, like however you'd like. Let's cut this other one. Oh, it's so exciting. This is why I love my job. Just get the glue off and then we'll maneuver it around. I could even cross them over like that. Sorry if I'm not talking, guys. It's, oh dear me. And because we've got that quite sticking quite far out, to sort of like, you know, be along with it more, like, you know, something needs to be long to go with it. I mean, you could even put that behind it like that, but as long as it's got something a bit on its, you know, similar length, so it's not left on its own, just sticking out by, you know, by itself. So by putting something what's sort, you know, also got the length, that'll, you know, go with it. And even if it's just, you know, sticking out. See, now that's better. Let me lift it up, because I've not lifted it up yet. And that's how it's looking at the moment. I hope you can see that. I'll bring this down a bit because I think I keep bringing my hands further up. So that's how, like I say, if you don't like the look of those leaves, you can twist them and, you know, the fern and everything. But I just wanted to put some more calla lilies in because of the length. We just didn't want this fern sticking out by itself, looking, you know, lonely and lost. So that's why I added some more calla lilies. I think that colour is, I can't stop looking at it. So we had those. We're going to put these other ones together. And also we're going to bring those just slightly near to front, not, but because they've got a slight length on them as well, it'll also blend in with the length of the calla lily and the fern. You just try to see if, you know, try to balance things out and not leave it, you know, like I say, foliage or flowers just sticking out by themselves. Unless that's what the theme you're looking for. I always have to say that because it's true. You know, I'm not telling you you're doing wrong or anything like that. It's just a guidance from what I've learnt. And that I'm, you know, hoping to help. See, that I'm bringing slightly forward. So when you look at it at the front as well, you've got a bit of length at the front. So when you see through the wispiness to the back, you also see a bit of length. So it's not just, you know, the length dotted around. It's just like you're bringing it in within each other to blend it in. And that's the aim of doing it. So I do have these berries. You see, this is another one where it's got a slight longer stem. But I could put these here. If I, you know, I could put them under the hydrangea here. So they're just coming out slightly. Instead of putting them there and then that looking odd. Even though you can shape it, you can because they are wired. I think it'll look a bit too odd. So you could do that, or, you know, or just put more flowers in. I think I might cut these and put these singular. So I'm going to leave that on it because that's quite effective. The little foliage, what's come with it. And if I just, because there's a gap here. And start to fill it with the same flower. And then I'm going to put a little bunch of it slightly coming out. So if I cut and then do it again over here. But just check it. Oops, daisy. Oops, a daisy. And I've got daisies in my hand. Oh, good gosh. Yeah. So if it's like that at the bottom, you don't want them sticking out too far. The only sort of like length that you do have is you know, horizontally. I'm trying to keep this all compact. So what I'm going to do is just tape these two little stems up together. Oops. Cool. Let me just see where I need to position it. So there. Just put that marker there so I know where it's got to go. I tend to do that sometimes if I'm thinking, oh, I might not be able to see where I wanted it to go. I tend to put something like a little bit of something like this that I've cut off. Just little things like that. I think something needs to go under. And I think if I just put, do I put one of these? In fact, that may be a good idea. Just push it back a little bit. Yeah, that will be a good idea. Right, what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to put the glue on the actual vein of the fern. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm using aspidistra ribbon, it will stick, because it's papery. So it will stick on and you can just lie it down on top and it won't come off. And that's why I say it's fabulous stuff. And just pat it down on the vein where you've glued it onto the aspidistra. Let me just move that. So yeah, it's fabulous. So it's, if you don't know what it's called, or you've not been unless you know heard me last time, it's just the aspidistra ribbon. That's all it's called. So we've got that there, and I'm thinking I'm going to put, because this has got a bit of green on, because it's just mainly orange here. That's got the green around it here, so that's okay. So I'm going to put a bit of this, maybe a couple of stems. Let me cut them and put them together as well. So let's take them up. I don't want to take that chance. Again, you know, it's got paperback on. You know, I wouldn't, you know, personally take a chance and think, oh, it'll be all right. Right, let's get, so the green one is facing, because this one's got slight brown on the bottom, you know, on the underside. So if we try and get where the green, oh, my lids fell down. I may have to have it supported. Where the green's facing, just to add that little bit of green. Oh, I think that looks lovely. Sorry, I keep breaking out a song. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me. And you know what, guys? I am going to put this in, and I am going to put it there, because we like we have done just one colour. I am going to add this dark green, because it sets off these flowers here really well, from my view anyway. I know that, like I say, the camera don't do it justice, but it sets the oranges off beautiful. So I'm going to put that in. I've got to. So let me just mark where it's going, so I don't forget. So, you know what? You get spare of the moments like this, where, like I've just done, and you know, I was going to go, like I say, I made myself a drink and I've left it in there. But as I was going and I just spotted them. Oh my good gracious me, I just had to do it. And I had to show you. Let me push that down a little bit more, because I don't want it too high. And just bring a couple of these colour lilies forward. I just need something here. I have got, because I like, oh no, I don't know about that colour lily. It's putting me off, because it is bright orange. I mean, if I bring it up to you, it's orange as orange can get. Oh, good gracious. And I really don't know if I like it. Really, really, really bright. And I think it's definitely going to spoil that rustic. So yeah, I'm going to put that away. I'm just going to have a quickie look, so I can see what, you know, just to pick something up, hopefully quick. La, 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 la. Oh, I'm looking at these. Oh my goodness. Oh, I am like a kid. Now let me move those now, because these have distracted me. Now this is longleaf eucalyptus in like a tan colour. It's a beautiful colour. like I say, you just don't get justice on camera, but it really, really is. It's got like very light orange veins. And on the back, look at it on the back, the veins on the back. It's just beautiful. And then I've got these berries and the greenery on here. It's striking. It really just, and it honestly looks so realistic. It's just beautiful. So when I saw that, I thought, get this greenery behind here. You've still got your fern popping up, with the berries also coming out to elongate with these, and then just have a couple of pieces in the background, you know, fill in this little space here between here. So that is what we are going to do, and I'm going to just cut it slightly, not much, because it needs to have that length to come out. Let me just, oh, it's a wonderful colour. And then I'm going to cut these two up. I've got, like I say, the other one there. Oh, I've cut through one of the leaves. And then I've got this one here. Now let's just see how high we need to put this. I'll just place it in. Put that there. Yeah, I'm going to put them like that. I don't think I need anything else off of there. I don't think so. In fact, what about there? You see, you tend to spot things. I'm terrible for spotting things. It's not, I don't think it's a case of spotting things. I think it's a case of, and as soon as I'm looking elsewhere around, an idea pops in my head. And so, yeah, they're much better. So it's more that than, you know, the other. Oh, I'm just going to put this behind the sunflower, with it being slightly tanned, and just leaning it over to the side. I think that looks lovely like that. And I'm going to, if I can get this back out, I'm going to glue this in as well, because that will sit there. And then this one, do the same. And then I'm going to place that in here. Just there. And again, just fluff your flowers back up. Bring a bit of green out. I just like that. And I think we may just something else. I think needs to go there. Let me see. Yes, we'll put another one of these, but I'm going to put these little berries with them. So that's what I'm going to do, so they can sit in there together. Let me get the glue strings. So let's just glue these, tape these together. Now that is another thing I tend to do. If I'm doing something, and then sometimes when I've spoken, and whatever I've spoken about last, I tend to start off my next conversation with that. I tell you, I really am. I can be really daft. So I'm going to sit these press it down. There. Push that. See that flower now. I want to get that to sit there. It's just not wanting to do what I want. So I'm trying to manipulate it. It can be quite fiddly. I think as well. I think I still need something under here. In fact, because I've got this out, I'm going to put a bit of eucalyptus. And it's a lovely colour. And that's quite a nice rustic. Some of them have turned around, but you can, you know, turn the background into position. So I think I'm going to put that there. Yeah, and that looks lovely there. If I just show it you, and it takes off that edge at the bottom, because before it was just, you could just see that gap, and it was just, you know, I would have noticed it again, something, and probably you would have too. So I'm going to bring that here. Let me just turn the oh my goodness, me cat. So I've done that there, and I've also got the green one, the brown with one green on, so I might put those together as a clump, or I might sit them in there. So let me take those ones off as well. What time are we on? Oh, it's come because it's nearly his feeding time, 4 o'clock. He always seems to come at the moment before it's due. So I'm going to, I can just move that out of the way. Now let me see if I'm happy with that. Yeah, but I still think I need something now slightly taller here. And I don't know if I should put, let me just turn it around, everybody. I've not brought my turntable out. I took it, yeah, I'm going to bring those down. I took my turntable away. I'm going to bring these further down together at an angle, and then that fills that space, and then that should be, you know, should be finished. So I guess so much for a short video. The first one that I did today, I had to, well, my son stopped it because he didn't think my car would start, but it did. He just didn't put the clutch down. So I just thought, you know, well, the one that we did this morning and everything, and he's doing that, then I forgot what I was saying. Really forgot what I was saying. You see, I tell you, this time of day, it can be embarrassing sometimes. Forgetting. It's probably my age. Who knows? yeah, so this is going to finish it off. Let me just bend them forward. Let's see if I can get them to come forward. That one's okay. Yeah, I haven't bought my turntable out, so it's a bit awkward. I hope you can see that. That fills up the space up here. I don't think I'm going to put anything else, you know, in it, because like I say, what I do want to do is lift the lid at the back like that, so it looks like the flowers are all growing in this little suitcase. So that's my aim. And I think by shutting that lid at the back as well, that stops any, you know, anybody, if there's any gaps or anything like that. So again, I'm going to glue those on to some of the foliage at the back. Let me just hold that one down. I think the cat might be interested today. Get rid of the glue strings. Oh, he's got his eyes shut. And I'm going to wire that one's onto that. Get some more glue, and then put it on a, you know, in a different position on a bit of leaf behind, and then just press it on. As soon as it just, you know, it'll start to set within seconds. So it's not that you've got to hold it really long. Can be a very fiddly thing. If you get any glue, like I've just got a little bit on the top of the lid, just pull it off, because it does come off really easy, you know, as it's just drying off a tin or anything like that. And then I think I want one more. Now I've got to be careful with this because I'm putting it on the fern, so I've got to put it on the vein, because if I just wipe it horizontal, then it's just going to come through and the customer's going to see it on the opposite side. So that's just literally delicately touching, and that's just to keep that in place. Once the glue's set properly, you know, then you'll see if it's gone through, and if it has, just, you know, get something fine, you know, like perhaps a toothpick or a pin or something like that, and just try to, you know, remove it. So yeah, I'm not going to put anything else in, and I think that's lovely, just from a spare of the moment thing, in a little suitcase. Looks like you're going on holiday, you know, oranges, something really, it's really hot and the sun's really beaming. Instead of yellow, it's gone orange with the heat, as well as being an autumnal look. But yeah, I absolutely love that. So, and I think my husband will like that. I love the colours. So like I say, it was a spare of the moment little video. Well, I say little video, I'll soon know once I've gone to switch the video off how long. It's probably gone an hour again. Sorry if it has. But I'll let you all know, perhaps what we may be doing, you know, if we may be doing videos at the weekend. I'm not sure yet, because I've got a feeling I've got a busy weekend, you know, doing the accounts again. So I hope you enjoyed that quick video again, like I say. And please subscribe and share to your friends and family. And give me a thumbs up if you know, if you liked the video. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. And I sure did, especially doing this. I'm still buzzing inside. But I've got to try and keep myself composed. But, you know, I'll see you again tomorrow. And like I say, thanks so much. You're wonderful people. And I just can't get over how wonderful you are. And very kind as well. So take care, everybody, and stay safe. Bye-bye.